Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's video I'm going to be doing a little sit down chat with me video, and I'm just going to talk you through my life at the moment and just little things that I want to get off my chest. And yeah, I hope you enjoy today's little sit down video. And if you do, then make sure you give it a like, comment, and you can subscribe, or you can turn on the notification bell to get notifications every time that I post. But let me just get into it. So, my first update is the fact that I am moving out in a week's time from this place, and I'm just so excited because I really have had such a difficult time here, and I will be posting a video talking about all of it because I've not really felt comfortable enough to post the video whilst I've been living here because it would have just escalated things. I am really excited to talk about it and just move on from this chapter, but I am really excited to be in a different place, and that means I can be doing so much different content for you guys. Like, I'm so excited to just really step into what I want to do and all of the little things that I wanted to do here but I haven't been able to because of all the crazy stuff that's been going on. But I really want to start my own podcast soon. I have had people for years tell me I should start a podcast and I can talk for England. Like, trust me, I know I probably am not like my authentic self online yet because I don't really know how to portray myself properly yet, if that makes sense. Like, that's also a learning journey for me. I am trying to, show a little bit more of my personality, and I think in the new place I really will have like the space and the energy to really step into that. And I'm really excited about it because it means loads more videos with my friends and just loads more content ideas that I want to do. And I'm gonna start going to the gym, which I could start maybe talking about my gym fitness journey. Other than that, I'm really excited about all the positive changes that are coming up, and it's only a week away that I have to move away from this place. So I am really excited because this place has been a whole learning journey for me, and I have loved moments, but I've also hated a lot of them because they've just been a lot. I do think that it has happened for a reason. Like, I do think that it's happened for a reason, and I do think that although it was hard, it's shown like my resilience and how I don't really need other people to get me through things. Like, I've really stepped into my own, but I've also like realized that I can accept help from other people, and it's just taught me a lot about myself. So although it has been difficult and I really wish it did not happen, it has taught me a lot of good things. So I am grateful for that. I've also been very grateful at the moment for my trip to Amsterdam. It was so amazing. It gave me a whole new like perspective on what I want to do, and it gave me like so much inspiration in fashion. I wouldn't say that there's necessarily a fashion sense over there, but I just saw so many like outfits and stuff that I thought like, oh my god, like I could elevate that, or I could, pull that off. Or I saw so many clothes that just gave me so much inspiration over there, which I don't really get over here. So I am excited to delve a bit more into my fashion in my new place as well, because obviously money's a bit tight right now, and that's fine. But I am excited to step into the new version of myself, and I hope that this inspires you to do the same and just do you and go for all your goals, because that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just trying to embrace everything and trying to push myself to getting into the place that I want to be. And that kind of leads me on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about, which is lessons that I wish that I had learned sooner on my healing journey. So I've written down a couple lessons that I wish that I had known sooner in my healing journey, and I'm just going to read you them and talk through them, but let me just get into it. So, you can't control anything other than how you view and react to things. And I am just such a control freak, or I have been quite emotionally, like I feel like I need to take control of a situation, and I have really had to try and master the thought of like letting things go, and things will happen no matter what way I want them to or anyone else wants them to, like they will just happen. And it's all about how you see the situation and how you're reacting to it, because if you give it a certain reaction, it can escalate it, or if you view it in one way, you're seeing the negative side of it rather than seeing it kind of as a lesson. And that's definitely something that I needed to know in my beginning of my healing journey, because I just wanted to control everything. And I think that's quite normal with anxiety and depression. You just feel so out of control that you just feel like you need to control everything. But yeah, that is why I wrote that lesson, because it's definitely really important to just try and let go of things and try and master like that inner peace rather than just kind of holding on to things. And I think that's a very like Buddhist kind of point of view of things, but that's definitely something that I have learned and something that I believe. And not everyone thinks the same, but that's just kind of how I view it. And another lesson that I wrote down is it's okay to feel sad about things. And that is something in the beginning I definitely did not believe. Not that I didn't believe it was okay to be sad about things, but I just kind of, instead of wanting to feel sad or trying to deal with being sad, I just kind of like bottled it up more. And I think I had to truly like accept that I did feel sad and that it was okay. And that's just like the inner talk that I had to do with myself, because with depression and like the negative thoughts and the kind of brain that I have with like anxiety and other traumas, and there are people that care and love me, but at the same time there are people that are out to get me, and I do need to stay like slightly aware, but I also don't have to be on 100% protection mode all the time. And that's just something that I have learned in my healing journey. Wish I'd known sooner. And the next one that I wrote down is life doesn't need to be so heavy. And I think if you have struggled with mental illness, which I'm sure if you're watching this video, then you probably have struggled with it at some point, as that's kind of a lot of the things that I kind of talk about is mental health and just self-love and self-healing. But when you are struggling mentally, it does feel like things are so heavy and everything just kind of feels more difficult than it usually would. And that is the heaviness that I experienced and obviously still do experience, because I'm not, you know, completely at a place where I've got full control over it yet. But life doesn't need to be so heavy, because there is a lot of darkness in this world, but there is also a lot of light. And I think sometimes you have to create your own light, and you could be that light in so many people's lives, and you just don't really know that until you start to seek out that love and just put yourself out there. And that's why I wrote that life doesn't need to be so heavy, because there is just so much more to the world than we sometimes realize, and we just kind of put ourselves in these boxes which we don't necessarily need to put ourselves in. It is obviously good to have boundaries and to take care of yourself, but it's also important to have like that balance. Another lesson that I have learned is people come into your life to either teach us a lesson or help grow you in some way. And I do think that is kind of the case with people coming into your life, is they can teach you what you do want and what you don't want, and they can teach you your boundaries and unlock different parts of yourself which you didn't necessarily know that was there, and they can just open you up to a whole different perspective on life. And I think that they're either there to teach us that lesson, or they're there to help us grow and evolve, because the people that do stick around and help us evolve, I feel like that's type B. And like type A is just people that come into your life, they may be there for a certain amount of time, but it's to teach you a lesson overall, and then they leave your life hopefully with you learning a lesson, or at least like a little jigsaw puzzle in how figuring out the lesson, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's just kind of how I'm trying to view things at the moment. And the last one is I deserve healthy love. And as a girl that grew up watching a lot of things which involve toxic love and listening to toxic love music, and just not necessarily growing up seeing a lot of healthy love, I have developed a lot of unhealthy attachment styles, or I attract a lot of unhealthy people and toxic people. And I have realised that I deserve healthy love, just because that I have struggled with a lot of things in the past. I do think that I deserve healthy love. But that is the end of today's video, and I hope you enjoyed my little catch up, and I will see you guys again soon. If you liked today's video, then make sure you give it a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Love you. Bye.